Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to the Utility Safety and Environment Committee meeting agenda. As I said before, technology is great when it works. So thank you all. The first item on our agenda is approval of the May 26, 2021 Utilities Committee meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda, okay. The next item on the agenda is the matter for advertising for and awarding a contract for the Burns Road, Gulf Road to Abbey Road resurfacing project. Mrs. McPhillips, please. Nice to see you.
Thank you. This item and the next two items after this, these three projects were all submitted last year through the Round 35 Ohio Public Works Commission funding application process. We received verbal confirmation that these three projects scored high enough to get funded. We have not received anything in writing, but in anticipation of receiving the funding agreements, we are requesting that these projects, all three of them, receive authorization to advertise for bid, and when the funding agreements are executed, that we would award construction contracts.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. McPhillips? Mr. Oswald.
Okay, so I was talking to Kathy a little bit about this, and I just wanted everybody to know we were always asked about where the money is coming from, or what are we doing with that $20 license fee. Well, some of that money is getting thrown towards this. So this is a really good benefit, that we're getting out of there. Am I correct in saying that, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. And then the other thing, of course, we're very fortunate in the Fourth Ward to have Burns Road being resurfaced and Gulf Road being resurfaced. Even more that we've been trying to get our guardrails taken care of. We've got a lot of bad ones around the river, and they are going to be taken care of at that time too. So I just wanted to say that we're very fortunate to have this thing go through. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, excuse me. This is the matter of the Burns Road. Let me start over. We have considered the matter of the Burns Road resurfacing project. Monies have been appropriated. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for said project. Emergency clause has been requested due to construction season. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is the matter of advertising for and awarding a contract for Abbey Road, Cleveland Street to Route 57 resurfacing project. Ms. McPhillips, please.
This project is an Ohio Public Works project, and we do anticipate receiving funding for this in early July. So we do again request authorization to advertise, and once we get the agreement executed, we will award contract.
Thank you. Any questions and or comments? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of the Abbey Road resurfacing project, Cleveland Street to State Route 57. Monies have been appropriated. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for said project. Emergency clause has been requested due to construction season. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The fourth item on the agenda is the matter of advertising for and awarding a contract for the Gulf Road, the WWPC plant north to Winbrook resurfacing project. Mrs. McPhillips.
Same thing, we do, again, anticipate funding on this project. In early July, we will move forward with advertising, and once the agreements are executed, we will award contract. And guardrails are also going to be worked on this project.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. McPhillips? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of the Gulf Road resurfacing project, WWPC plant north to Winbrook Drive. Monies have been appropriated. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for said project. Emergency clause has been requested due to the construction season. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is the matter of the purchase of equipment and parts for the refurbishment of the WWPC plant aeration blower number 2. Is that you, Mr. Corzine, or still Ms. McPhillips?
This is actually Mr. Corzine.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to pass this along to him.
You thought you were getting out of it, Mr. Corzine. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, Kathy and I were just talking about this up in engineering before we came down here. The matter for this new aeration blower goes back to 2008. Back in 2008, we were fortunate enough to be able to acquire a variable frequency drive for blower number 1. We have 4 of these blowers that supply air to the aeration basins. They are all 400 horsepower blowers, and before we got the first one through an energy kind of grant type program, so it basically landed in our lap.
Okay.
Back then, the cost of that, for the variable frequency drive, was $85,000. So now with that, the benefits that gave us was variable frequency drives save a lot of energy, especially when you're talking about very high horsepower motors and blowers and that kind of thing. My electric bill right now runs between $28,000 and $34,000 a month. Before that first variable frequency drive was put on, it was $45,000 a month. So we were saving $10,000 a month after that drive was put on. That drive's been on there for 13 years. It runs all day long, every day of the year. So what we'd like to do at this point is we need to replace the blower number 2. It's old. It is starting to show signs of internal wear. We had it inspected, and it was determined that it was better to replace the blower at this point. In doing that, we'd like to put a second variable frequency drive on that blower. We anticipate in doing that, because that's the blower that comes on next when the number 1 can't supply enough air. We anticipate that we should be able to save another $5,000 a month off our electric bill if we do that. So the return on investment is definitely there. The one that we have has run 13 years. I better knock on concrete. It's run flawlessly, and we anticipate the same for this one. But in order to put the variable frequency drive on, we have to change the motor. VFDs don't run standard motors. We have to buy an induction motor. So basically, the cost breakdown for the Roots blower, we're looking at roughly $115,000. For the replacement induction motor, we're looking at around $46,000. And for the variable frequency drive, we're looking at roughly $66,000. So that shows you how the cost of some of that has come down over the years. But the total project, we're guesstimating around $250,000 with some contingencies. And I know the engineering department has asked for a little bit more than that just to cover all bases. And that'll come out of the engineering side of the sewer fund, out of their capital outlay.
Thank you, Mr. Corzine. Are there any questions? Mr. Oswald?
Oh, okay. Through you, Madam Chair, just, are we having this subbed out, or is that something you can do in-house? This, replacing this blower?
We will be doing all the install on the blower and the motor. We will get some assistance. We'll install the variable frequency drive, but it'll be commissioned by, that will be Rockwell Automation, and they'll do that free of charge for us. Once we get the blower and the motor all installed ourselves, we'll have a company come out for a minimal charge just to laser align it to make sure that everything's all running properly. But yeah, 99% of it will be self-installed by our skilled maintenance.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Tollett?
Through you, Madam Chair, and this, I'm not on this committee, but when I saw this was on, could this be funded through American Rescue Plan funds because it has to do with our sewer system? Does it fit that criteria?
I would have to defer to the law director. We've been working on this project and getting costs in that since, I would say July of last year, 2020. So
Pre-ARC,
pre-ARP, yes.
or ARP?
Yes.
I don't know that it's a matter of whether the project was started or in process prior to or during the pendency of the ARP that's the determining factor. I think it has more to do with whether or not the project advances the agenda of the Clean Water Act as to whether it falls under those projects. That the Clean Water Act is the key as far as infrastructure money is concerned for the American Rescue Plan. There is probably an argument that we could use this just based on its use at the wastewater treatment plant, but I would need to delve into more of the specifics on that.
I would hazard a guess in listening to you, Mr. Brunig, that this would be considered more a repair and maintenance item because it's something that we already have. We just need to replace it because it's wearing out, and we'd be gaining the efficiency of adding the variable frequency drive. So I'm not. I would lean away towards whether this would actually be applicable under the ARP.
That, in any event, if it's something council wants to pursue further, that's something that our office can confer with the finance director's office and get you a clearer answer. Right now, I'm not prepared with the information Mr. Corzine presented to give you a firm answer.
And I don't want to do anything to slow the project down. That wasn't my intent, but if that bucket of money would be available for this instead.
The beauty of the American Rescue Plan, at least as it compares to the CARES Act from last year, is that it gives us a lot of flexibility in allocating and reallocating funds. And we do have until, I believe it's December 31st of 2024 to encumber the funds and 2026 to spend them. Up until that time, even to the extent that we encumber the funds on a project and we decide to change our minds collectively, we should have the ability to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Brunig. My mind is gone. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of the purchase of parts and equipment for the refurbishment of the wastewater pollution control plant aeration blower number 2 and the purchase of a new variable frequency drive and motor. Monies have been appropriated. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase said equipment and parts for the WWPC plant. Emergency clause is requested due to the long lead time. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. There's nothing else to come before this committee. I will consider a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Good night, everyone.
All right.